You think you're raising a gentle little fluff ball. Actually, you're raising a psychology expert with the mind of an elite secret agent. Why does it stick its butt up in the air the second you touch it? Why is it licking you 1 second and giving you a sudden chomp the next? Is it actually loving you, or is it deep down plotting your assassination? Today's video will shatter your perspective, taking you behind the scenes of your cat's behaviors. By the end of this video, you might realize you've spent years misunderstanding your cat. Let's start with one of the most awkward moves, the famous elevator butt. I bet every cat parent has experienced this. You're gently stroking down their back. The second your hand hits the base of the tail, this thing shoots up, sticking its rear high in the air, maybe even rubbing against your hand. It's a pretty weird-looking scene, but don't get the wrong idea. The base of a cat's tail is essentially a sensory highway, packed with nerve endings. To a cat, the sense of touch there is amplified dozens of times. When you pet that spot, it's not just a scratch, it's a deep, soul-shaking sensation. It's pure comfort and bliss. That raised butt is basically saying, yes, right there. But you have to be careful, this pleasure has a tipping point. If the tail starts lashing or the ears pin back, you need to stop immediately. Overstimulation can turn a vibe into pain and a scratch. Real quick. Plus, the butt presentation is actually high-level cat etiquette. In the wild, mother cats lick their kittens to help them stay clean. So when they do this to you, it shows they see you as their parent. They are showing you their most private, vulnerable side. It's a level of trust that they bet their dignity on. If your cat never gives you the elevator butt, you might want to ask yourself, why? Speaking of sleep, have you noticed your cat has a weird habit? They love to sleep with their paws covering their face, or bury their head deep. It looks like they're saying, don't look at me, I haven't done my makeup yet. Actually, there's really only one core reason cats do this. They're cold. Even though cats are covered in fur, their noses and paw pads are sensitive. A cat's body temperature is a few degrees higher than ours. Their pickiness about ambient temperature is more extreme than a perfectionist. Covering their face effectively reduces heat loss from breathing, like a blanket. Also, cats do most of their sleeping during the day. As crepuscular animals, it's actually hard for them to sleep in bright light. Covering their eyes just blocks out the world. It is essentially using a 100% natural sleep mask. Of course, there is another possibility. They just got tired of grooming. They were licking themselves, their brains suddenly glitched, and they fell asleep before they could even put their paw down. If your cat always sleeps sprawled out and exposed, congratulations. That means the environment you provide makes them feel completely safe. They do not feel the need to curl up for protection. Next, let us talk about the problem that drives so many people crazy: the relentless meowing. Many cat parents report their cat starts a solo concert in the living room, or starts giving you an earful the second you sit down to eat. What on earth are they yelling about? Actually, the meow a cat uses with humans is a communication language. Among adult cats, they rarely meow to communicate with each other. They mostly rely on scent and body language. So if it is meowing, it is definitely because it thinks you are useful. Either the bowl is empty, or it is lonely and wants you to play. If a normally quiet cat suddenly becomes a chatterbox, do not get annoyed. This could be a cry for help. Cats are experts at hiding pain, but when they cannot take it anymore, they use frequent vocalization to express discomfort. Especially with senior cats, if they are yelling at the wall or staring into space while meowing, it could be cognitive decline. They have gotten lost in that moment. They are calling out for the person who gives them security. You. In those moments, you need to give them a hug, not yell at them. The following behavior is easily the most confusing cat habit: licking you, then suddenly biting you. 1 second, they are like a sweet little angel licking your fingers. That sandpaper tongue feels a bit tingly and nice. Just as you are touched by the bonding moment, chomp. It might not draw blood, but the betrayal makes you question your life. Many people call this a love bite, but the explanation is not romantic. This is actually a cat's overstimulation response. You have to realize a cat's skin sensitivity is very unique. There is a hard limit to how long they can tolerate being petted. When it licks you, it is actually grooming you. This is the highest level of social bonding in the cat world. It means it sees you as one of its own. But as it is licking, it realizes your hand is still moving. Suddenly, its internal pressure meter hits the red zone. Like a glass of water that is full, it overflows. So it has to use a bite as an emergency brake. It is basically a reminder, hey friend, we have been at this too long. If you can read the subtle changes in its pupils or the twitch of its tail tip, you might survive. You can perfectly avoid that bite, but if it's just gently mouthing your hand, it might just be in the mood to play, mimicking hunting moves, because it thinks you're its best hunting partner. Next, we're going into the deep waters of cat psychology. Let's focus on those confusing behaviors you love to hate. First up is the famous moving plan. Have you noticed your cat is a total nomad? It might sleep on your desk for a week, then completely abandon it. It sets up camp on the wardrobe or crawls into a dusty cardboard box. Don't think it's just being fickle, as this is a tactical retreat. In the wild, if a cat sleeps in one spot for too long, its scent accumulates, which to a predator is a localized GPS invite. To stay alive, they have to keep moving in a nest-switching strategy. Even after 10,000 years indoors, this instinct hasn't changed. Every new spot is a tactical reset for the creature. It sniffs the location to confirm there's no residual info from enemies. Also, cats are insanely sensitive to the temperature of their environment. In summer, they seek tile floors or sinks to cool down. In winter, they squat behind any appliance that generates heat. If it suddenly gives up its bed, check for subtle changes in airflow. Or perhaps you switch to an air freshener that it hates. A cat is a creature that pursues privacy and security to the extreme. Every new base of operations is a sanctuary calculated with precision. If it hides in narrow cracks, there might be stressors making it uneasy. As a qualified agent, a cat must ensure its escape route is clear. Then there's the seat stealing that drives people crazy. This is a daily game of chess between the cat and the owner. The second you get up for water, the cat sprouts in your chair. It looks at you with an innocent face, like you stole its seat. Why is it so obsessed with your spot? Does it want to overthrow you and take over the house? Actually, the reason is so heartwarming, it might make you cry. First, your seat has your residual warmth, like a giant hand warmer. It greedily absorbs the body heat you left behind, like a hug. Second, that is where your scent is strongest. In a cat's sensory world, your smell equals safety. By taking your spot, it is wrapping itself in your presence. It is an incredibly subtle, yet deep confession of love. For a very territorial cat, stealing your seat is also scent masking. It's covering your scent with its own pheromones, declaring to the world, this chair belongs to the king, and this human who sits here also belongs to me. If your cat constantly steals your seat, don't be too quick to shoo them away. This is its way of trying to prove that you and it are on the same team. It's looking for a sense of belonging, that secret agent-level networking, right there. Next, we have to talk about the move that heals so many people, making biscuits. A cat using its front paws to rhythmically push against a soft surface, usually accompanied by high-frequency purring. It looks absolutely precious, but academically, this is actually a regressive behavior. When they are newborns, they use this motion to knead their mother's teats to stimulate milk flow. So, the essence of kneading is the cat mentally returning to its most carefree kittenhood. It only enters this fountain of youth mode when it feels completely safe and extremely happy. If it makes biscuits on your belly, that is a medal of honor. It means, subconsciously, it sees you as its mother, or the safe haven where it can totally disarm. You should know, it's not easy for a cat to keep this habit into adulthood. Only pampered, indoor cats usually do this. Stray cats in the wild rarely have the luxury. So please tolerate its little claws snagging your clothes or even poking your skin, because every poke is a deep, soft thank you from its heart. If it needs on random clothes or blankets, it's using that method to claim territory. The scent glands in its paws are pumping out signals telling other members of the household. This spot has been officially stamped and approved by me. It's a safety zone made of scent. Have you ever looked closely at a cat's eyes? Sometimes the pupils shrink into a narrow slit, looking cold and menacing. But then they suddenly dilate into two massive black holes, looking incredibly soft and cute. Actually, Pupil dilation in cats is definitely not just about seeing in the dark. It's the ultimate mood ring for their emotions. When a cat feels extreme excitement, extreme tension, or extreme fear, their adrenaline spikes, causing a dramatic reflex like dilation of the pupils. If you see your cat's pupils turn into big black spheres, their body gets low and their butt starts wiggling. Watch out. That means it has entered apex predator mode. In the next second, it might launch at you like you're the target. But in a cozy environment, if it gets its favorite top-shelf treats or sees its favorite human come home, the pupils will naturally dilate out of joy and satisfaction. It's just like how our heart rate speeds up when we see someone we love. This is physiological honesty. A cat can't hide this primal response. However, there is a crucial safety warning here. If you notice your cat's pupils stay dilated for a long time in a very bright room, and they look glazed over or don't react to changes in light at all, you cannot ignore it. This could be a serious health signal, like high blood pressure, neurological issues, or retinal detachment. Cats are secret agents who are experts at hiding illness. Sometimes, their eyes are the only window that leaks the secret. Finally, let's talk about why your cat insists on sleeping with you. Even though you bought them a $200 luxury cat bed or one of those imported thermal sleeping pods, they won't even look at it. They insist on squeezing next to your head or at your feet, sometimes even sleeping directly on your face, giving you a nightly taste of death by suffocation. Actually, a cat chooses to sleep with you because that is when its guard is lowest. In nature, sleeping is when any animal is most likely to lose its life. By choosing to sleep next to you, it is handing its entire life over to you. It feels that in this world, the space next to you is the only demilitarized zone, the only place where it can safely close its eyes. Plus, your body is like a 24-hour heater, saving it energy to maintain temperature. In terms of survival logic, this is an incredibly efficient use of resources. More importantly, it's a win-win emotional contract. It provides you with top-tier spiritual healing, and you provide it with hardcore security. Even if it steps on your stomach at 3 a.m. or points its butt directly at your face. This is its way of saying, hey, old partner, we're comrades, in arms who survived another day. Doesn't this interspecies brotherhood hold more value than any expensive cat bed? Having discussed these bizarre behaviors, do you feel like you understand your secret agent better? Actually, a cat is like a mystery novel that you can never finish. Every day has new twists and surprises. As long as you watch those tiny movements, you'll hear the subtitles behind their meows. Many people say cats are cold or that they can't be tamed. Actually, it's just because those people can't read a cat's encrypted telegrams. A cat's love is restrained. It requires intelligence and patience to decode. When you find it sitting on your book or guarding the door while you shower, you should know that in its heart, you are already number one. Owning a cat is never a one-way charity. It's a soul-level symbiosis. It heals your loneliness, and you protect its wild nature. This balance is the most charming part of having a cat. Does your cat have any weird habits that still baffle you? Or has it done something small that made you feel deeply loved? I'd love to hear your stories in the comments. Let's explore these feline mysteries together. Don't forget to like, follow, and hit that share button. In the next video, I'm going to take you through some even crazier stuff, like can cats actually sense their owner's mood swings? Or if you play dead in front of them, will they actually try to save you? Or will they just wait for the buffet to start? Want to know the truth? Stick around. See you in the next one. Sending light and love to every secret agent cat and to every dedicated cat parent out there. See you next time.